Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update on Litecoin. Guys, it's going to be a little earlier today. I have some later clients in the day, so I'm probably not going to be able to get too many videos out today. I'll try my best, but this may be the only one here, so I'm going to dig into this the best I can. We're going to be looking at Litecoin on the 4 hour. We're going to switch out to the day a little bit, but I just want to show you some key areas, some key things that I'm looking at. So if you guys like these videos, you like me bringing them to you, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm also going to try to get back to the comments probably tomorrow, guys, on the videos that I've done. I've just been crazy busy with life and everything else, so I'm trying to get this information out to you. That's the most important thing right now. I want to help as many people as I can, so I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here with me. So guys, what we've been looking at was this purple trend line. Remember yesterday I came out and did like a 1-minute video and just told you that we did close below that and the 20 EMA, guys, and that was a sign to be very careful because that was a trend line break. And what happened out of that trend line break, take a look at this, guys. Look at your price range. So just being able to read trend line breaks, we ended up going down roughly about close to 13%, guys. We wicked down to that area. Now we're down maybe about 9%, almost 10% from where we broke out from here. But what happened was, guys, we had a trend line break on significant volume there. And what happened was it also took place while we had this stochastic cross on that same exact candle right there, guys. So once I saw us basically break through this trend line there and this 20, I had a stop loss in. So I was just trying to be very careful, guys. I had a stop loss. It was around, I think, guys, around like 113 or 112, right in that range. And what happened was, what I did at least, guys, I saw this huge breakout and I saw we dropped about 12 or 13%, whatever it was, and I saw we had support here, so I started putting bids at around like 104, 102, and I actually picked them back up. So right now I am in my position. I'm being patient. What I want to see is if we're going to continue a move out of this and we're going to find support off this 50 moving average here, and we're going to come back up and try to get back up above this 20 EMA here and retest this trend line, guys. So basically what I'm looking at is to see if we have some type of a throwback or a pullback to this trend line. Then we're going to see if we get back in it and we continue this move up, or if we're going to go down lower. And that's what I'm kind of keeping my eye on now, okay? Because that's what happens a lot of times. You'll have these trend line breaks, then you'll have a pullback onto this trend line here, and then sometimes you can even drop farther. Okay, so you do want to protect yourself. You want to be very careful. But what I want to see is if we do find support off this 50 moving average, which we have. You can see here we closed up above it. This 4 hour candle, we closed up above it, we dojied off it, and now we're kind of having one of those spinning top candles off it. And what we're also having, guys, on the 4 hour here, our stock RSI is at 2.5 and 0.83. So we're very oversold there, and we're starting to get across here. So what I'm hoping is we get some type of bounce at least to test this 20 EMA here around 111.83. Then I'm going to re-examine my position and see where we're at there, guys. But, you know, trend line breaks are so powerful, and that's why I've been trying to, you know, talk to you guys about them. Take a look at that, guys. I mean, that was a 13, 14, whatever % break right out of that, and we could tell once we closed below that 20 and we closed below that trend line, we had a double top here, and we broke down through this neckline here. That was the time to say, hey, guys, you know what? I'm going to get out for now. I'm going to reassess the situation. I'm going to look at these areas for support, where we potentially could find support, and that's what I'm doing at least, guys. But with the trend line breaks, you see how we had one here. Take a look at this trend line break, guys, and this is why I love to play these. We're going to go off the real bodies here. So roughly about right there, take a look when we broke out of this. It also happened with a stochastic cross right here, and look how far we ran up, guys. Let's do a price measurement tool on here. So our price range, if you can read this, and you got in right here when the trend line broke, we went up as high as 36% from a trend line break. So that's what I'm saying. Just be careful here, because this is a big trend line that we broke, guys. We very well could come up right up into this area, have some type of a pullback, and then we fall even farther, maybe to come down here and test this yellow trend line. That definitely is a possibility, okay? So those are the things that I'm looking at. If we can get back up in this trend line, if we can close on the 4 hours back up above this 20 EMA, and it's looking like we are getting a little stochastic cross here, so we should get pushed up a little bit more here, guys, before we decide, or before the market decides what it wants to do here. But that was pretty significant, having this really long leg doji up here, this double top, trend line break down through the 20 EMA. Those things are significant. So now we're looking to see if we find support off this 50. If not, we'll look down to this 100 here around that 99.35. So we'll call it $100 psychological would be the next one that we'd really look at there. So what I want to go to next is out on the 1 day, guys. So we're going from the 4 hour to the 1 day chart now. We're going to see this. Okay, so on the 1 day, guys, we did get our stochastic cross that we were looking at last night. That lined up with the doji, so that indecision, and then we had follow through. We had a close that was lower here. So that's what I'm saying. Today's very important. We're going to see if this is an area where we set that higher low and we continue to go up, or if this is the time we just start breaking down through some of these trend lines, guys, because this is how I had my trend lines. First, we had this purple one here, and we've now broken down through that. So the next one I'm going to look at now is support off this yellow trend line. And we're going to see if we find support off that if we come down to it. Say we broke through that, then I'm down to my white trend line here to see if we find support, then ultimately down here to this intermediate term bullish uptrend yellow trend line that I drew. So basically I had 4 trend lines that I'm looking at, guys, because we went so parabolic. It was this yellow one, then it was this white one, then it was this yellow one again, and then this purple one. And so far we've only broken down and closed through that purple one, which we did do on the 1 day chart, where you can see this doji, all these wicks, all this indecision. That was a sign, guys, and that's why I put in my stop loss. You always want to protect yourself, okay? That's just me, at least. And look down also to this area, guys. Say 103 or whatever, we don't find a bounce off this area. Take a look at this 20 EMA on the 1 day. That's acted as really strong support throughout all this. Yes, we have broken down through it before, but we've gotten back up above that, and we have been up above it. We found a nice move here with a stochastic cross off it there. So we're just really going to have to keep an eye on that, okay? Next thing, guys, I want to get off of the stochastic RSI here, and I want to go through a few indicators with you. First, we're going to start out with our RSI and see how it's looking on the 1 day chart. Okay, guys, on the 1 day chart here, what I'm going to be paying close attention to are these higher lows on the RSI. If we start breaking down through this, that could be more trouble, a signal for more trouble. Because right now you're seeing that we're basically have a chance of bouncing off that. Do you see that, guys? And that almost kind of looks like an ascending triangle. We had this top here, similar top here, so more of a flat top, and we'll see if we actually break out, try to move to the upside. Our RSI is at 61, 70s overbought. So right now, guys, we're in that more that neutral to bullish territory there. So it is a strong RSI. We definitely have more room to run to the upside. We really could come back up here and challenge this to the upside. If we start breaking down through this, guys, then I would look down to that 20 EMA most likely to see if we do find support off that. Okay, next one I want to go to is our MACD. Take a look at this. And guys, with our MACD now, let me pull that up. Okay, guys, MACD's looking like it's wanting to cross down here. We have a histogram tick to the negative. But guys, we had that same situation over here, and then we had another move up. So that's why I said it's so important to actually wait for that cross like we had here. We had confirmation of the cross here. Because just like this, guys, we came up. We hit that signal line, then we came up again, and you see how the histogram was ticking to the negative and then it turned to the positive. Same thing could happen again. So wait to see. If we do get a cross down through there, then most likely we're going to be moving to the downside, but if we find a nice little bounce off there, that could be a good thing for us, okay? Next, I wanted to point out the Bollinger Bands to you. And the Bollinger Bands were another factor why I put that stop loss in, guys, because we were getting overextended, and that's the point of these Bollinger Bands, is to show you when you get overextended. You see how we got out of them here? Then we had a big fall or retracement here, guys. We got out of them here. We had a fall back to the middle band. We got out of them here, and now we're looking to see if we do have a fall back to that middle band, and that could be around that 98.61, guys. So that's what I'm saying. That $100, that 103, or we'll even call 105 to around $98 is a key area that we would want to find support off of if we're going to continue to move to the downside. Now, with those Bollinger Bands on, what I want to do, I want to go back to the 4 hour and see how we're looking here. I want to see if we're overextended to the downside a little bit, and that's actually what's happening here. So guys, you can play these Bollinger Bands on the 1 hour. You can play them on the 1 day. They're just so important. But you can see now how we're at the bottom part, and we actually wicked out of these bands. So a move back up to the middle band on the 4 hour would put us around that 113.83. But like I said, that could just be a move up here, guys, before and set a higher or a lower high before we potentially come back down and set a lower high there. So, you know, these are the things that you do just want to keep your eye on. You know, watching trend line breaks. Do you see this trend line break out of that, guys? That's been so important. So this trend line break obviously is important. You can see the big fall here. This trend line break was important. We made a move to the upside. So I'm basically just a trend line fool, guys. I'm going to continue to use them the best that I can. But, you know, that's why I wanted to get the video out to you yesterday. It was really important that we paid attention to that trend line. And like I said, guys, I want to help each and every one of you out the best that I can. You know, I'm not going to be the guy to rub the crystal ball for you or tell you I know exactly where it's going, but I'm going to use the technical analysis that I've learned to try to help each and every one of us the best we can. We're a team here, so I want to know what you guys are doing. Please put it down low and let me know what you think. Is this just going to be some type of a pullback, set a lower high, and then we go lower? Or do you feel like we're going to try to get back up inside of this trend line and continue to keep moving and potentially have a higher move to the upside? So right now, guys, we are at 107, 108 right now, so that's good. We're in good position right now. And just remember these Bollinger Bands as well as that stochastic cross that was taking place on the 4 hours. So we're going to have to see what happens. If I can get another video out to you guys today, I would love to do that. I'll try my best, but God bless each and every one of you. Take care. Pay attention to trendline breaks, especially on volume. They're so important, guys, okay? So let's just see if we find support here, if this is going to turn into some type of bear flag as well. So if we continue to move sideways, guys, we could have another leg down with a bear flag, so pay attention to that. But want to bring this to you. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless, my friends.